Hey, what's going on, guys and gals? Dan the Man coming at you from the 60s Rule Channel. And, hey, Mr. Bones, you see Slim? I don't see Slim over there. What's going on? What's that? Oh, he's around somewhere? Yeah, where? I don't see him. I see he's not over there. What the hell is this guy, man? Hey, Slim, where the hell are you, man? What the hell? Hey, Slim, what's going on over here, man? Oh, that's a nice bike you got there. What's that? You built that yourself? Oh, pretty cool, pretty cool. So what's that? Oh, you joined a motorcycle club? So what's the name of your club? Oh no, the Bone Crushers? Oh God, I've heard of everything. All right, guys and gals, we'll be right back. All right, guys and gals. Yeah, we're back at the bench over there. And hey, Slim, you enjoy your ride today? Yeah. It's a little hot out there, huh? Yeah. Yeah, you look a little dehydrated. Maybe we should get something to drink. Anyway, yeah, it is hot out there. Holy crap. Uh, I went to the post office. I usually walk there, and then I got in my Jeep, and the thermometer said 111 degrees. And the actual temperature here is probably 99, 100, but I'll tell you one thing, you stand out there for 5 minutes, it feels like 111. So anyway, guys, yeah, I hope everyone's keeping cool out there. And all right, so here's my two entries over here for the 48-hour group build, hosted by our good friend over there, Craig at the Modeler. And I'm glad I had an opportunity to meet Greg a few times, at shows, and he's a hell of a nice guy. Awesome builder, and I'm glad he's keeping this, tradition alive. I think, who started that? Oh, I almost said Chevy Chase. I think the heat's getting to me. Chevy Cheeseburger, I meant to say. Yeah, and I'm so glad he's keeping this, tradition going over here every year. I think this is like my third year, and I always have fun doing this, So let's see, we got these two kits. I think I'll be able to knock these out. We'll see, We got this vintage kit over here. This is the AHM. This is a company made in Japan, right over there. What's that, Bert? No. It has nothing to do with Deep Purple, man. Come on, yeah. Made in Japan. This is a modeling video. All right. And usually you see AHM, on model railroading products. They were very well known, back in the day for, their model railroading equipment, But they did make some plastic kits here in this scale. It's HO scale, which is probably 187 scale. And, oh, sorry about that. Yeah, get it for focus. Yeah, so we got this one over here. We're doing a Tiger and a Series 4. And then, yeah, it goes all the way up to maybe more than 13. I don't know. I never researched it. But, yeah, it looks like they made a lot of military kits there. So this one's in pretty good shape. The first release, I think, was IM, and then in 74. And then this one, it probably came out in maybe 75 or 6. So a cool little box art there, And not a lot of parts to this kit. This is it right here. It's still sealed, guys. It's all in the bag over here. I think there's 18 parts in this. So, and what you usually do, it's just the opposite. Assembling a, a tank or a plane. Usually, you build a model car, and you paint all the parts separate, and then you assemble it. This, building a tank or a military vehicle, you would basically assemble the whole model except for the tracks. You got vinyl tracks here, and then you would paint it and do some color modulation, or weathering and whatever you want to do to it. So it makes it a lot easier anyway to do it that way. I mean, I prefer a fixed tracks in here, but this one happens to have the separate tracks over here. And you can see it's got those two slots over there, and there's pins on this side and here. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to wrap it around the road wheels like that, and then you would heat up I guess a blade, a screwdriver, and then you just basically melt it on there. So we'll see how that works out. But I'm really not a big fan of these vinyl tracks, because when you paint them and then you go to bend it like that over the road wheels, the paint usually cracks. So we'll see what we can do with that. And here's the instruction sheet, and that's basically it. And this cracks me up here. Cement the each parts illustrated as shown. I don't know about those each parts. And you can see right over here what they're showing you in the illustration there. You're supposed to take I guess a cigarette lighter and heat up the end of a blade, preferably a screwdriver, and just melt those two tabs on there. So we'll see how that works out. I've done it before. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But neat little kit here, So we got that. This guy, I'll put him back over here. And then we got this cool Hawk kit. I love collecting these. This one here is from 1964. I got about a dozen of these Hawk kits. They're simple little kits. Back in the day, some 10-year-old can put this together, probably with help of his father, his old man. And, they could probably put it together in a weekend, and have fun with it, That's what it was all about. And you can see over here, it's got the scale in here. 1 inch equals 6 feet of the actual plane over there, right? That's pretty cool. And here's some of the other models in their lineup. And here's some more on this side as well. Most trusted name in modeling. There you go. And usually there would be a, what the hell is going on with this focus today, man? Usually the price would be right over there. And then I think, whoever had this model, most of these were sold in the hardware stores, drugstores, five and dimes. They probably punched that out and charged their own price. Suggested retail price was probably like, maybe 60 cents, and they probably said, hey, we're going to charge 75 cents. So they usually punched it out, and it's punched out on this side too. So that's probably what they did. So anyway, let's go check this thing out, man. This thing is in great shape, man. Look at the instruction sheet. It's not even yellowed. And it's very, very basic. I think there's about 15 parts in here, but they build up pretty nice though, And on the bottom here, you can see it says drawing by courtesy of North American Aviation Incorporated, Hawk Model Company. So this looks like Hawk used a blueprint over here. So this way you have a basic idea of where everything goes, So I guess you can mount the landing wheels over here. You can either mount them, in the up position or the, the landing position over here. So either way, I might do it like that because I'm going to put it on a display stand, So I'm going to mount them like in a retracted position right over there. We'll give that a shot. And this thing's molded all in color. I'm not too crazy about the yellow. It's kind of like a dark yellow, but it's not bad at all. It's got some detail in it. And also they embossed the location of the decals. You see, that's where the decals are supposed to go. There's the upper wing, and this is the lower wing over here. And you can see that right over there. That's where the decals go. That'll help you out locating points over there. And this thing does have recessed, you're probably not going to see it, but they are recessed panel lines. I know there's a big debate going on, raised panel lines, recessed panel lines. For me, I don't care either way. I'll build it, It doesn't bother me one bit. And here's the other pieces. We got the engine, the propeller, a couple of wheels, and we got a couple of, we got a pilot over there. I guess he, since this is a trainer, maybe instructor. And then that'll probably take up most of the time. I'm going to detail these, these pilots over here. So that'll probably take a little while to do. That'll probably take most of the build, but we'll see what happens. You know, we'll get it done. There's the base right there, and then you got your two fuselage halves over here. Okay, we got these two guys. All right, very basic, you know. And again, the location over there where you would apply your decals. And speaking of the decals, I tell you, someone took very good care of this kit. Look at these decals. I mean, these are the original decals, guys, from 1964. I think we can use these, you know. We'll give them a shot. I never give up on decals, guys. And, yeah, they're a little yellowed. I might try that old trick. They say if you put it in a, windowsill for a couple of days, you know, it might, get rid of that yellowing in there. So maybe we'll give that a shot, and we'll see how that works out, yeah. And a couple other wing sections over here. So yeah, we'll see how this works out. We got 48 hours to do it. So haven't built military kits in a while, and I got a bunch. I got about 150 of these in my stash. About time I start building some of these guys, right? All right, guys and gals, that's all I got for you today. And remember, ain't nothing to it but to do it. Guys, take care, be safe, and keep on building.